How you doing, everybody? My name is Brandon Dudechair Craven, and welcome to another edition of my Monday Night Raw Top 5 Favorite Moments. And I hope you guys enjoyed the new theme song. That is probably, hopefully, going to be the new theme song going forward. The other one kept getting copyright claimed. No idea why. But anyway, so I've changed that up a little bit, and I'll put a link to that song in the description. You can find that on iTunes. That's where I got it. I got it there royalty free. Um, Playlist. So you can find it there. I'll put a link to it in the description. But anyway, without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into this week's Monday Night Raw Top 5 Favorite Moments as picked by me. My number 5 this week, the Bloodline, or this is how they're known on social media by Roman Reigns. It was Roman Reigns and the Usos versus Drew McIntyre and the Revival. This was a really good match. It really pushed forward their rivalry and their story going forward to this Friday. And I really enjoyed it. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm probably not going to watch the pay-per-view, but we'll see what happens with it. I think it's a good way to push the story forward. Number 4 this week, Charlotte versus Lacey Evans. This was another good match. I could see them going into a rivalry in the future. We've seen that Charlotte can work as a face. I think Lacey Evans is a good heel. She could be a good face too. I mean, she has that Army veteran background and, that all-American woman background. So she can work good as a heel or as a face, I think. But we've seen that Charlotte can work good as a face. So we'll see how that works out. But I could see that going on in the future. I could see them having a really, really long program that could really, really work out. So we'll see how it goes. It'd be really cool. And it was just a really good match. Number 3 this week, Ricochet versus Cesaro yet again. Now, I said it last week. I think I even said it the week before. I could watch these guys fight every single week. It doesn't get old. They always find ways to reinvent themselves and redo the match where it's something you haven't seen week to week. It was just another really good outing by those two. And the R-Truth segment was funny, but I'll get into more about that on my top 5 SmackDown moments from this week, which, if you'll stick around, will be coming up right after this video. So stick around for that. But we'll get into it more here in just a few minutes. My number 2 this week, the Firefly Funhouse segment. These things just keep getting weirder and weirder, and I love them. I am so invested in this Bray Wyatt character. I am so interested to see where this is going. I was invested in it when he first started, back when he was with the Wyatt family. I'm invested now. I want to see where this goes. I hope they don't ruin it, but it's looking really, really good, and I want to see where this goes. And my number 1 pick for this week was Triple H and Randy Orton's segment promoting their match at Friday's Super Showdown. It was short, it was sweet, and it got me. It popped me, as they say in the business. It really did. It was really good. I thought that they have good chemistry. So kind of like Cesaro, Ricochet, I can see those guys fight again and again, and it's good. So Triple H can still cut a promo with the best of them. Randy Orton can still cut a promo if he's given the right mic or, given the right night to do the right promo. He can still cut a promo with everybody. And it was just really good altogether. So we'll see how that goes too. Now let's take a look at my honorable mentions for this week. My honorable mention for this week, or at least the first one, is the Undertaker appearance. I won't be watching the pay-per-views. I've said it 100 times over. But it's still great to see the Undertaker. It's always good to see the Undertaker. He doesn't age. It doesn't he does age, but as far as physically and I'm not sure the word I'm looking for, but mystique-wise, he doesn't age. It's the same old Taker. He can still enlist fear in you. It's ridiculous, and even at this age of work that he's doing, and at this amount of work he's doing, which is not much, he can still enlist fear in any superstar that he comes across, and it's cool. So that's that one. My other honorable mention for this week is the Becky Lynch promo that she pulled at the beginning of the show. Great promo. Great promo. And it was just an all-around good one, and I think she had a really good show this week. So it was really good to see her do her thing. Now let's take a look at some pros and cons for this week. And we got some pros and cons. More cons than we do pros. My pro for this week is that it was a really good go-home show for Friday's Super Showdown. It had really good stuff. It progressed the storylines going forward into Friday, even though most of those are probably going to be one-offs. It really progressed those stories going forward, and I really enjoyed it. So that was their pro for this week. My first con for this week is Brock Lesnar showing up again. Anytime Brock Lesnar shows up, it's going to be a con. You can guarantee that anytime Brock Lesnar shows up on Raw or SmackDown, it's going to be a con. And if you listen to John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, if you listen to his podcast on Chris Jericho's podcast that he does, Brock can apparently change anything at the drop of a hat, and Vince listens to him. It's ridiculous. Nobody should have that kind of power where they're a part-timer. They come in once every 6 months and they can change anything like that. Nobody should have that kind of power. I didn't like it when Hogan had that power back in WCW. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. I really don't like it now. And it's aggravating. It's really, really aggravating. And and look, honestly, did anybody really think Brock Lesnar was going to cash in Monday night? Show of hands, did anybody think Brock Lesnar was going to show up and cash in Monday night? Anybody? Anybody? No? I didn't think so. So there you go. My other con for this week is Baron Corbin. Look, I get what they're trying to do with Baron Corbin. I get they're trying to make him a monster heel. But he's not that good. He's not that good. He's not a good heel. He's boring. Every time he comes on the TV, I mute it because he's just so boring. Okay, I understand the point is to make us hate him. And sorry for my phone, guys. But I understand the point is to make us hate him. But there's a difference in hating somebody because they're a good heel and hating somebody because you're not interested and they're boring. That's what Baron Corbin is to me, is he's boring. He's just boring. There's no other way to put it. I'm trying to skirt around it. I'm trying to make it nice. There's no way to put it. He's boring. I'm sorry, Baron. You're boring. You're just boring. But anyways, I don't want to end that on a sour note. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry it's out so late. But if you stick around, coming up next is another video. It's my top 5 moments from SmackDown Live. So be sure to check that one out as soon as this one ends. And you can also click the link click the link at the end of this video. I'll link it, and you guys can watch this one right after this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Brandon Dudechair Craven. God bless you. I'll see you here in a few minutes right here on the Rolling Wrestling Review Show on YouTube. Don't miss my top 5 moments from SmackDown Live. See you guys later.